Yogah Karmasu Kaushalam.
Good morning, friends. I am Dr. Ankita, working as Assistant Professor at BK School of Professional and Management Studies. Today, I will discuss how you can motivate your student to be an entrepreneur. First, I would like to thank Dr. Jagdish Joshi sir, Director HRTC, Professor Dr. Priti Mayani, Professor Dr. C.G. Brahmbhatt sir. They give me an opportunity to share my ideas and thoughts why we should motivate our students to be an entrepreneur. HRDC is one of the best HRDC all over the India, and it ranked 15th in all over the India. HRDC Gujarat University has a MOU with Canadian Studies and many other foreign countries. So it is a privilege for me to share my ideas and thoughts with the many people who came from many states and many disciplines and streams. So let us start our discussion, because here we are academicians. So what are the outcomes and what are the learning objectives of this session? By attending the session, we will discuss why we should discuss about entrepreneurship, why we should motivate our students, what is the role of academics, what is entrepreneurship, can we teach entrepreneurship, what is entrepreneurial mindset and intentions, how you can realize student and their goals, or how they can pilot their purpose. What does government provide support to the students? Let us discuss one by one in depth. So first, why we should discuss about the entrepreneurships and about the motivate to the students regarding entrepreneurships. Our Honorable Prime Minister always says vocal for local, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Vishwa Guru. So if you want to achieve Vishwa Guru, we need to be an Atmanirbhar. Once we want to be an Atmanirbhar, we have to be a vocal for local. So in this journey, we have to contribute in that. Once we want to be on self-reliance and self-dependent, we have to produce certain products and services that we are importing from other countries. Or we can produce a substitute of the product which we are importing. Okay, so to the journey of Vishwa Guru and Atmanirbhar Bharat, it is requirement to have some entrepreneurs who are providing the product and services which is substitute to the imported items. So how we can contribute in that? How we can, being an academician, we can contribute in that. So yes, we always plays a significant role as a teacher. We remember the well-known quote given by the Chanakya. He has written about the teachers and importance of the teachers. He used to say, Nirman and Pralay, शिक्षक की गोद में खेलते, शिक्षक कभी साधारण नहीं होता. So this 2 to 3 line about the teachers indicates we are not an ordinary people. We can create the change. We can create the change in society. We can create the change in country. How we can motivate our student to be an entrepreneur? We need to nurture. It is need of an hour. to nurture our students in a right direction, because we know that there are many things available which is distracted to our students and future citizens. So being an academicians, we have to think it. How those resources, how those digital advanced technologies can be used in a proper way, or can be used in a such a way which creates something better for the society, which creates something, which builds something. So it's our responsibility. Here, we need to understand what students think about any objects, anything. So we need to analyze student mindsets. Once we analyze what the students think about it, what's their mindsets, we can directly motivate them to be a person who should he or she want to be. We know that there are a growth mindset, there are fixed mindset. And growth mindset people always create something for the society. Sometimes it may be destructive, but let us focus on a positive aspect. Let us make our student and nurture our student to make and create a positive goods or services out of from their skills. Now, entrepreneurship here, it doesn't mean I'm talking about only to start a business. Make entrepreneurship skill relevant even to the student who don't want to be an entrepreneur or a business, and who don't want to think to start their own business or companies. It is all about the solving the problem. It may be a social problem, or it may be a financial problem. We know that there is always a problem in our society. How we can resolve the problem, how we can solve the problem. That is all about the entrepreneurship skill. So being an academician, we should teach this skill. We should aware about it, and we should motivate our student to be aware about that. So entrepreneurship skills are about learning to solve problems in mutual beneficial ways. So let us discuss entrepreneurship. I'm not discussing as a management point of view. I'm a management faculty, but I'm not discussing that aspect. Right? Few aspects, yes, that definitely few aspects will come, but let us start. What is entrepreneurship? Many definitions are available, but here we are not to discuss what is the definition. In a Harvard Business Review, and Babson talked about the entrepreneurship is a mindset. The person who have a mindset, always opportunity obsessed, having the learning and leadership qualities, and use holistic approach for any problems. So that is an entrepreneurship. So I'm not saying it is all about the business, but yes, it is related to the business. Sometimes we have a social use of it. Let us discuss what is entrepreneurships and how it can we teach the entrepreneurships, because once we discuss about the entrepreneurship is related to the business. So first question arises in our mind that it is not a theory subject that you can teach. It is practical. You can learn through the practice. Once you start your own startup, once you start your business, once you do any activity, you will learn and you will understand. For that, Professor Saraswati says she has started 5 startups, and she realized she is an entrepreneur. Now she has realized that something can be taught or something can be learned. So today we will discuss which things can be teach, which things can be understood. Right? She has done good research in an evaluation process that we will discuss in a later part, how the entrepreneurs think. But yes, entrepreneurship can be taught. Some parts can be taught, some parts needs to be learned through the practice. So let us discuss what is entrepreneurial mindset. First, you have to analyze students' mindsets and what is entrepreneurial mindsets. Once you will just fix the puzzles, it will solve your problem. That yes, being an academician, we always analyze the students by their caliber, their knowledge, their expertise. So how we can nurture their skill, how we can nurture their expertise. So that this is the journey. But before that, once we want to nurture, we should know how entrepreneurial mindsets, how they think. So from the various research, there are something which is driven out. Entrepreneurs think structurally. Forming opportunities, beliefs require a mental leap. It requires some knowledge. It requires some what we can see that sources of existing knowledge which will resolve and which will solve the problems. So they think structurally. First, in that, some superficial similarities are there, some structural similarities are there. How the superficial similarities and structural similarities can solve the problem and can create the new product, and in an existing product have a new market. So in a regular life, we see the many problems, we see the many problems associated with existing product or the services, and someone will grab the opportunity that yes, the existing knowledge, and they try experiment on that and use that structure and gets a benefit. Let us have an example of a NASA. NASA is in a space and is a research. NASA is an institute which is doing a research on a space. So they have a, before that they use yes how they can, how airline and space which is nearer. They think structurally, similarities, structural similarities there. If we want to train the airline pilots, how we can train? What things should we keep in mind? Same thing, NASA keep in mind that how they can just train their scientists and how the things can be improved. So this is think structurally through the structural similarities and superficial similarities. Now, bricolage. Entrepreneurs never think about the limited resources. Yes, we know that there is always limited resources. Entrepreneurs try to find out the alternative solution for that. Suppose sometime they acquire the resources, another way to get the resources, or sometime they will try to build up alternative or substitute of that resources. So this is what bricolage. Bricolage is always connected with the lack of resources and use of it, the resources. Let us have a case of a Mittikul. Mansukh Prajapati is a Gujarati person who is living near to the Morbi, and he's having a artwork in a clay and all, because his forefather is doing all these activities. One day he realized that how he can make a refrigerator which is used without electricity. So they try to acquire the resources. It is not always that you can use hi-fi technologies and hi-fi knowledge. Yes, simple knowledge, but you try to solve the problem. People concerned about their health. People concerned about the sustainability. How in this market they can come up with the product. They have just just produce a product or refrigerator which just create a huge change in his life. Now he's having a many outlets in India, he's selling online, he's having a wide range of products which is prepared from simple clay, or that is locally what is a gara. From the gara, the person is a person has manufactured water bottle which is really good for health, cook cookwares like a non-stick pan, then tawa, then like a bowl. So lot many things, and we always use the water pot for the water in Gujarat, but still they create the market. Yes, there is a demand. What they can provide, the substitute that. So electricity refrigerator is there, but still there is some demand of this type of sustainable product, right? So they acquire the resources, they develop the product. Same case, paper and parcel. So Mr. Tilak Mehta, 13 years old student who forgot his book at his uncle's house, and he said his father, there are exam in my school and within 2 days I want my book. Can you send someone, your peon or some staff from your office to get in my book today itself? And his father says, no, there is no one to send. Tilak Mehta realized the problem. Then he said, can we courier that book from the uncle's house? Then his father says, the courier will not gives you a same day delivery. And second problem, the cost of delivery is more than the cost of your book. So he realized the problem of delivery. Now he is not, he is a younger 13 years student, and he don't have that much resources, but yes, he has identified, no one has identified that yes, there is an issue that no one will get the parcels in a same day in a Mumbai, in a local city, even in a local, due to this heavy traffic. No one will ready to just go from here to there to collect something because of time, right? So how this problem can be resolved? So he constantly think on it, and he come to the solution that yes, it can be do, because we have a dabbawalas which they have great networks, and they work with a zero defect and zero error. So we can use that resources to deliver the paper and parcel. For that, Mr. Tilak Mehta met to the president of a dabbawala, then he discussed the plan, then he worked with them for 15 days, and then he come about the solution with the map and how that can be delivered, how the dabbawalas can earn from this, and what weight they have to keep. So this is all about the paper and parcel, the startup. So how they bricolage, how they acquire the existing resources and become entrepreneurs. Now next one is an effectuation. This is a mindset. In that we are talking about two, cause and effect relationship. It is totally based on this effectuation came from the cause and effect relationship. Dr. Saras Saraswati has done lot many research and then find out the effectuation process. So what is it? First, let us discuss what is causal process. In a causal process, first entrepreneurs think about the problem, what problem is that, then he just tried to find out the alternatives and gets the solutions, and what resources is required to get the solutions, they think on it, then he provide the or she provide the solution. But effectuation is totally reverse to that. Here entrepreneurs think about what resources he has, what maximum loss he or she can bear. On that basis, he or she will produce product or services. And let us look at is there a market. So majority entrepreneurs do that. So this is a effectuation. It is a one mindset. Let us have an example that suppose you are thinking that yes, I want to cook today paneer tikka. So for that you will think about it. What ingredients are required? What this vessels and what pots are required to do that, to just cook that. If you don't have a paneer, you will go in a market and you will produce that, right? Or you will purchase it, then you will prepare the paneer tikka. But effectuation says, okay, let us go to the kitchen, what resources you have and what you can cook from that, and you try to cook the dish. So that is effectuation. It doesn't mean that casual is not good. Both are good, but it is a process. Some entrepreneurs exactly find the product through the research, that yes, do the research surveys and find that customers want this type of product and try to produce that. Now, in effectuations, in this current scenarios, people have a open mind. It thinks that yes, people may use us. Before that, we never thought about that people will like the some videos which is created on certain things like education or like village life and many more, right? So right now many YouTubers are create the videos on different things because people are like, there is a market, there is a customers. So you prepare your product, then markets will be created. So this is what effectuation. So this is a two different process and this is two different mindsets. Now cognitive adaptability. What student have a cognitive adaptability? What in that, if you want to measure that, there are certain scales which is prepared by Stephens and many researchers. So we are not discussing here what are the scales, but through certain questions you can measure the students' cognitive adaptability, because this is an important thought process or mindsets of entrepreneurs. So once you identify how you can identify the cognitive adaptability, you can ask 4 questions: comprehension question, connections, strategies and reflections. So in a comprehension questions, you ask general, what you can produce, what you can do, how you can grow. So these are the general comprehension questions. Then how connections, how the students or entrepreneurs can set the relation between these two problems and the solutions which he or she had taken in the past, how it is related to the current problem. So these are the connections. What strategies they have used to overcome and not to face this problem, right? And what will be the result of it, what is the reflections of it, that you will analyze, and that generally entrepreneurs analyze. So this is the way entrepreneurs think. And what are their intentions? So if we talk about the intentions, always entrepreneurs have a self-efficacy, and they have some desire, they have some perceived desire that I want to do something in a society or something for the any particular community or any particular things, right? So these intentions make them to be an entrepreneurs. So for self-efficacy and perceived desirability plays a significant role to be an entrepreneurs, right? And certain backgrounds also play a significant role. What the characteristic person have, that we discuss the mindsets, and what education they take, what age, in which age they are, what is their work history, who is their role model, is there any moral supports, what are the professional supports, We are not discussing in detail because it requires time. But here I want to discuss only how person can, what is the mindset of entrepreneurs and how they can be an entrepreneur and what are their intentions and how intentions are affected. So these things, characteristic like educations and age, these are playing a significant role to just be an entrepreneur, right? So let us discuss, this is not important, but yes, this is also a matter of a questions, because once my role model is Ratan Tata, once my role model is Narayan Murthy, it creates the change. It will be just my totally my work ideology, my thought process will differ. If my role model is Dhirubhai Ambani, my thought process will differ, right? So yes, this is a matter who supports you, your family, your friends, your sister, your brothers, your father, your siblings, right? So that is a matters. Do you have a professional supports? Do you have a network for that? That also make an intention to be an entrepreneur. Once you are working with the same industry, now you thorough for this industry, you analyze it, you know that where is the problem, you try to solve that problem with the industry, and you are working with the same industry since last 10 years, so you have developed the relations which provides your support. So that is a professional supports which make you an entrepreneur and which just motivate to be an entrepreneur. So let us discuss the things or how you can motivate your students and realize your students to be an entrepreneurs. So there is a wonderful exercise for that. So let us discuss what is exercise, how you can realize students and set their goal or pilot their purpose. Once class activity will help them in which area they can explore. Let us discuss few things, then we will do the class activity. Let's do one activity with you that you can use for your students. Entrepreneurship, I already discussed, it is not about the starting a business, but it is helping yourself by helping others. So you can use entrepreneurial skill no matter your career. So let us figure it out. What do you want in life and who do you want help to get it? What do you want and who do you want help to get it? You have to ask yourself, you will get the answers. Let us have a further discussion of that example or that activity. So we will discuss one activity will help you how you can derive to your purpose, how you can reach to your purpose. Let's say you love teaching, being an academician. I write my interest. Then you are enjoying learning about and getting better at teaching and also writing and performing, good in videography, editing and animation. Suppose these are your skills or something which is not in my cup of tea, like editing and animations that I want to actually improve. So that leads you to imagine streaming and provide some videos on difficult chapters to make it easy. So this is your passion. Now, how could you create the impact in this context? So you could create educational video games, video lectures. You could create a video to help people emphasize with people of other races and socioeconomic status. You could raise money through being a Twitch streamer to support cause in your local community. So this is a model. I am just explaining briefly, but let us this example through the activity. The same activity you can do with your class, right? And you can identify what is the potential of a student and what is the purpose of the student. Once we identify the purpose of the student, we can nurture accordingly, right? So let us start the activity. What is your purpose? What I'm saying purpose means what? Interest means in which I'm interested, in which thing I want to do. Skill, that I'm good in that. Impact, to whom I want to do something. So this is your, to whom I want to create impact. It may be a society, so that we'll discuss one by one. So the intersection between the interest and skill, that is known as an passion. This part is known as an passion, right? If you are interested in something and you have a skill related to that, it is your passion. Now you have an interest, you have a skill, and you want to create the impact on that. That is your passion. Sorry, that is your purpose, right? So you want to do something, that is your goal, that is your purpose, and your purpose always leads you to be an entrepreneur in that field, or to be good in that field. I'm not saying you don't, if you don't want to choose a entrepreneur as a career, it's okay, but still you can be a good in that field. Let us start with what interests you. Right, ask your friend or your relatives to whom you consider nearer to you. Tax them and ask what you will send the tax. You have to send one tax to your friend or your relatives to whom you consider as a nearer and dear one. So you will send one text message. Same things you will ask to your student. This exercise will take almost 1 hour and 15 minutes, but I'll do very quickly. I've taken this exercise from teaching entrepreneurships. Well, so let us send your friend a message that for my homework, I am supposed to ask you, what kind of stuff do I always talk about? Your friend will respond you. Your nearer and dearer will respond you. So nearer on a right hand side, I keep a pink background text box. In that same slide, you can share with your student, and you can keep it blank, and you can just give it them and say, type here what your friend says about you. Your friend will respond you that generally your friends knows better that on what matter you are constantly discussing, on what stuff you are discussing, like a makeup, music, video, just social justice, right? Food items, on what you are talking more. So your friend always answer you, and they will write on that, right? So next way to find out your interest is, another way to brainstorm your interest is to think about what would you, if you were rich, if you and your family never had to worry about money, how would you spend your time doing? This is same like what we had asked in our school time. If you were a prime minister, if you are a billionaire, and so what you will do? So ask yourself. For that you have to brainstorm. If you have a lot of money, no worry about the money, what you will do? So type the things. Ask your student, type over here what they will do if they have a lot of money, right? Because interest is what? Once you have a money but you don't have an interest, it never leads you to be a successful in that area, right? Type here what you will do, like traveling, world tour, making movie, visit moon, volunteer for backward people. What you will do? What is your interest? I'm not saying write down your right interest. That yes, I'll spend too much money in do the world tours and spend lot of money for food and for whatever your interest. Let us write first, right? So you will second way to identify your interest. Now next, finally, another way to identify your interest is to think about how you spent your free time now looking at your YouTube watch history? What you follow on Instagram or TikTok, or think about the last time you fell down an online rabbit hole? What patterns do you see? Generally, people have two reasons to say something. That first, you say you don't have a dime. Second, we always say that we don't have enough money to start. So if you have enough money, if you have a time, where you are spending, go to your social media, where what you are watching, what you are looking for. If you just go to the history, you find that. What you find, what you analyze, what is your habits, what you look at, what you watch, right? You get it. You go to the YouTube, you go to the history, and what you find? You find that you've seen the videos on cooking, you find the videos on makeup, you find the videos on music, video, social justice, right? So whatever you do for yourself, this is things which is not you are doing for showing off. This is thing you are doing because you are interested, right? So that will help you to identify what is real interest. So three things you have asked your friends, and your nearer dearer one never says wrong to you, that what you are talking generally, because they listen to you carefully. If they are not listen to you, they understand that we usually speak, ये हमेशा यही बात करता रहता, हम हमारे फ्रेंड को ये, this is a normal tone, right? He always used to talk like this only. So this is what that you will get from your friends. Second, you will get from yourself, that if you are riches, where you can go, what you will do. Think on it. You do the brainstorm. And third one, if you have a time, where you are spending your free time. So that will help you the real interest one. Now do the congratulations. Now you have your interest. You already find out what is your interest area. Now what you will do, you find what is your skill. Your interest area is clear. Now what is your skill? Let us identify your amazing skill. One way to identify your skill is to ask your friend what you are good at. First, you ask your friend for the interest. You have asked, I have some exercise, and what I am talking too much, and what I am just always talk about, and what the stuff is. So this is item on which you are talking, which you are discussing. Now you are asking about the skill. What do you think? Where I am good at? Right. Once you will ask this question to your friend will respond you. For instance, what would your friend says you are good at? Text your friend. I am also supposed to ask you what you could think I am good at. You also ask, what do you think you are good at? You will ask, and your friend says you are good in math, making music, maths, coding, cooking. Whatever you are good in that, your friend will respond you. The same things you will write, you will type over here in a pink box or a text box, right? Then second way to find your skill is brainstorm your skills, is to think about what you would like to get better at doing. We usually says, I want to improve this, I want to improve my communication, I want to improve my subject knowledge, I want to improve the social interaction. So sometime you always talk about, so you have to brainstorm in which area you want to improve, right? So you have to brainstorm, like if you have a money, where you will go, what you will spend, where you will spend. Same thing you will do with your skills, what you want to improve. It means, it indicates your level of acceptance, that where you want to improve, you will do it, you will do willingly, right? So pick down all this or jot down the point where you want to improve. Suppose you want to improve in a creativity, taking photos, making videos, communication, coding, cooking. Now, finally, another way to identify skill is to think about what you are above average at doing. Your friend says, remember, your friend always says good, right? That you are good in that. He has already or she has already responded in which you are good in that. And ask yourself what you can do and your fellows and your colleagues and your classmates and your batchmates and your friends are not doing, are not able to do that. So you can analyze yourself who are average, who are, in which you are better than average or you are in above average. Suppose sometimes you listen the comments that dear you can you always click a good picture, you are good in speaking, you can you are good in video editing, you are good in video recording, you are a good designer, right? You are good in mathematics. You know that sometime in your class calculations, being a student, which students are some students are getting faster calculation, so you analyze the students. So this exercise will help you, right, to identify the skills so in which you are above average. So finally you have identified your interest and your skills. So once your interest and skills are clear, patience will be there. What is your passion? So to identify your passion, 3 things are required. Look back at your interest and jot down what excites you. We have asked 3 questions. Ask your friends, ask yourself, and what you will do in a free time. So your interest area you have written down. Now you already jotted down what you have a skill, right? You already jotted down what are interested in the getting better at. Now think of ways to combine interest and skill. You are interested in that area and you have a skill in that, right? So that will become your passion. You can do better in that, right? So your passion is equal to interest you are most excited about, skills you are interested in getting better at, right? And you do the total of it, you will get the patience are ways you would be excited to combine your interests and skills. So let us example. I'm good in teaching. In this through interest questions I got that I always talk about social justice. I always find the videos on related to the cooking, and I'm good in teaching. Right, this is my interest area. Now, from the patience, I just find it out that from the skills I find it out I'm good in mathematics. I'm good in coding. I'm good. I want to improve my communication. I want to improve my videography. Right. This is my skill because I'm good in maths and coding. I'm above an average, and I want to get better, and I want to improve the skills of communication and videography. So how will create your patience? You identify some common things. You can teach math and coding to the students, have an online channel to teach because you want to improve videography. You are interested in teaching. You always look at the cooking videos. You believe in a social justice. So you can teach math and code because you are good in that. You have a skill in that. Right? So all this, if you do the combination of this interest and skills, your passion is clear that you can teach maths and coding subjects to the students, and you have your own video channels to teach that, right? So this is your passion. Now let us discuss the impact. What is impact? Impact Now you know your patient. Now you can ask your student what you want change near to you and what your desire to create impact on this world. What change you know, what change you want nearer to your area and in all over the world. Now impact, you can ask three questions, three points, and you jot it down. Group of people I would be excited to help, to whom you want to help. It may be, I had already jotted down poor people, students, kids interested in maths, kids interested in mathematics, or I written same, sorry for that, it is actually coding. Now second one is local problem I'm interested in helping with. Here first to whom, on which group you want to create impact, that is poor and student. Generally this is my area that I have identified poor and student group. Now what local problem I'm interested in helping with? In that, homelessness, LGBT, student suicide, lack of faculty diversity. So in this local problem I want to solve. Then global problem I am interested in helping with: access to education, climate change, food insecurity. So these are the group of people, local problem and global problem. You want to create the impact on those three, right? At one group of people, local problem and local level and global level. Now you already identify the problem, or you want to already create the impact on this people or group of people. So how you can identify your purpose? You already identify your patient. Look at back your patient. Jot down what stands out. So we have already patience. So we jotted down that yes, my passion is what? Teaching mathematics and coding subject to the students through online model or through the channels. So this is my passion. Now, what is second thing? You have to look at back what is impact and jot it down what stands to. Think of ways to combine patience and impact, which is your purpose. See, your problems, your passion is teaching in maths and coding subjects, and you want to create a videography, and you are just want to run, your passion is run video channels. Now look at the impact of whom you want to create. So can you find any common things? Yes, there is a students, there is a student suicide cases. Yes, again access to education. You identify this impact at a local level, at a group of level and a global level. You find that in African countries there is a inequality access of educations. In many underdeveloped countries there is no proper education. Even in India we are facing this problem. So how you can provide the equal education to the students? And even a local level, the students are constantly, if you look at the newspaper, we read in a newspaper, the students are constantly suicide because of this pressures and results and many more things. If we create the easy way of learning, then can we reduce this? So this is your local, and sometimes many students are not that much privileged to have education. So can we solve the problem of them? So by making this, you just combine it, you will identify your purpose. Yes, I can teach poor people. I can teach math and code subject to the students who are who don't just have a privilege to learn this subject in any institutions. So I'll try to provide equal opportunities. So this is a purpose. And let us discuss what you find your purpose in the next slide. Your passion is you can be teach math coding to the students, have an online channel to teach. Your impact is teach unprivileged students equal access to education, on faculty diversity. Now your purpose, by making the combination of your patience and impact, what you can create, what will be your purpose, what is your, you can pilot your purpose. Now your purpose is you can run video channel or a platform which shows equal access of education, which will help students to understand difficult session in an easy way and decrease the suicide student, right? So this is suicides among the student. So congratulations, you have identified your purpose, which is includes your passion and impact that you want to create on the world. So once in your life we want to achieve something, once we will do our interest area, our passion area, then it will always, if we are doing at a smaller level, then also it will be a good, right? It will create some impact. Now think how you can explore your entrepreneurship. This is my case, this is my story. So same thing, you can teach your student, you ask your student, do this activity, share this activity, share this PPT. Even I'll share this PPT with you. I already taken this exercise from teaching entrepreneurship. So I thankful for Mr. Winkungs, who just I've attended the one session. From that I've taken the exercise. It is wonderful exercise actually to teach. It is not only for the management students. Even you are sociology students, you are the student of social welfare and MSW, right? How they can become social entrepreneurs? They can do, they can use, so they can identify their purpose. Once the purpose is clear, they will be we can nurture them in which direction they should go, right? So this is exercise will help you to understand your student's purpose, and student can also understand what is their purpose, right? So accordingly we can motivate. Now once we identify what is your purpose, what is there for us, what government do for us, do we know? Okay, let us discuss how to explore it. As we discussed, entrepreneurship is not about to start a business but helping ourselves by helping others. If any students are interested to be an entrepreneurs, guide them from where they will get the all supports, right? So sometimes if you are academics, you are professors and academics in a language subject, suppose in a Gujarati, English, Hindi. So now you say that how it is related to me, how I can just how can I guide my students, because this is entrepreneurship is not our subject, it is a management. No, you can guide, right? So there are some government supports, some financial supports and some non-financial supports. So government do both the support to the startups. Once students have an idea, as we discussed, we discussed the Mythical, who is a Mansukh Prajapati, who is an agent. But we discussed a paper and parcel case. Tilak Mehta is only 13 years boy, right? 13-year boys can start the business, can start it. So once idea is important. Once you have idea, whether you are a student of management or whether you are a students of a Gujarati, English or any language, you can do something, right? You can teach Gujarati, you can, let us at least discuss. Let a student make aware about all the resources. So what are the non-financial resources? They provide the mentorships, they provide the common facility centers, government provide trainings, information and consultancy. There are some many courses on entrepreneurships. It is available on Swayam and it is available on many platforms. And what is the financial supports? Government provides the seed capitals. They provide the special loans. They provide infrastructures. They give the tax benefits, right? But now it is very easy in India, from a single platform or a single click, one can get each and every information. Let us visit how to show our student, that is Startup India. Listen, always listen, there is a Startup India, but let us visit how you can guide your student, how they should explore this, right? So think it is working. Let us. So in a startup India, if just let us discuss meanwhile once we are just it's open the websites. So there is networks. Okay, let me just open from this startup India. Yes, now we have a home page of a startup India. From that you will get all the information. You can guide your student to visit this, because this is a net which provides each and everything, which resources, how you can explore it, how you can guide your student. Let us discuss. So this is a website. It is a one and all full website. Here you are getting the all information from the single website. So yes, what exactly you want. Let us visit the Startup India website. We already discussed Startup India, how it is useful for the non-financial and financial matters. So this website gives all this information in depth, which is non-financial in nature. But it also gives how you can move, how you can use these resources to get the financial benefits. So this is a wonderful websites and wonderful platforms on which you will get each and every information on a single URL. So here if you just visit the networks, you will get the information related to the how you can connect with incubators, corporates, connect with mentors, connect with government, connect with investors. And from schemes and policy, student can get the data from which scheme is available, which scheme will be suited, whether it is central government schemes or state government schemes from various ministries. So that will be available on a schemes and policies menu, and resources, what resources you want, online resources, and you will get the all reports, list of patents facilitators, and list of trademark facilitators, and Startup India blogs. You will get much more things, right? So what are the guidelines for that? You will get the whole data from a single website. So let us take only the single example, and being an academician, it is our responsibility to make aware about this website to our students. We will ask our student at least visit, at least browse. See, they are browsing lot many times the social medias. At least they should browse this website. They will get the information related to their career, right? So even they want to be an entrepreneurs, and if they don't want to be entrepreneurs, at least they have a knowledge to whom they should contact for which things. So let us take example of a networks. If any company want to just any entrepreneurs and student want to start the business in a suppose agricultures, and they want to mentors what incubators are available, what in which sectors you want to do. Here you will get the whole facility. Look at in the left hand side, you will get the industry wise, you will get the sector wise, you will get the stage wise, winner wages, state wise, city wise, what you want. You will get these everything in a from this website. Suppose you want to do the business, you want to get only incubators which are in a Gujarat, you don't want to go outside the Gujarat. Okay, so then let us click on it. You will get the information or incubations or incubator centers available in a Gujarat. So let us wait. It is browsing. So here total 67 incubators are there. It is already ticked on Delhi, so by default it was there. But yes, once you will just remove it, you will get the data related to your stat, your area, and if you want to browse by city, you can browse. So it's really wonderful and handy information. You use mobile, you will get that information in your mobile, that at least to whom you should contact. Okay, which incubators, which corporates, who are the available mentors in this field. Industry wise data is there, government wise, investor wise. So this will be really fantastic information students will get if they are really interested to start it, right? So you can direct them what governments are providing resources for them. So thank you so much for listening me. Once again, I really thank you, HRDC team, and I use references like this: Startup India, Teaching Entrepreneurship book, which is written by Robert Histridge and the team, and Entrepreneurship by Arya Kumar. So thank you once again to all of you. If you have any doubt, any queries, you can reach me. I already shared my email IDs and contact detail in the first slide of this PPT, and I'll share this slide with you people. So even you can share with your students to do that class activity to pilot your purpose, right? So have a nice day. Enjoy your day. Bye everyone. See you soon.